How's it going, everyone? Good morning. Hope you are doing well. Today we are out in Idaho. I do apologize for the shaky video. It's a little bit of a bumpy road, but we're out in Idaho with my buddy David going up to ride the new 2022 Polaris Matryx Slash. It is not the turbo model, but it is the new chassis, so it should still be a fun day. So let's get right into this. That nice short tunnel. So how does the NA compare to the turbo?
Well, last time I rode it was at 10,000 feet, so this is 5,500 feet, 6,000 feet. So it should be pretty rowdy.
Too many thoughts on my mind every time that I go and I reminisce. I'm back in the game, I'm venomous. The life I'm living got benefits. Now this shit y'all want it, still got that I run it. Got a whole lot that's coming. I've been on top, no jumping, bringing the flow, that's nothing. I'ma just kill every beat now, that's how I eat now. I don't got time in a week now. Everybody get on my rebound, yeah, they know deep down they ain't never gonna get it like me now.
So we popped out to a thanks, tree. McKinney is just doing fun stuff behind me, but we popped out to a lake. Pretty gnarly climb getting up in here, but we're gonna go dig a pit because we want to try and film on that hillside right there. We're gonna go dig a pit on the right here. See how slide prone this snow is.
With the crystals on this in that layer, you can see that we got some near surface facets from the warm up and cool down in this storm slab here. So I would expect to see results in our test in that upper. What's going to tell us whether we can play or not is going to be this layer and this layer, what it does.
Everybody wanna be someone else, I just wanna be myself. Proud of the man I am, look what I done, know what I can. Only got one life, I can't waste it. I don't think about being famous, I'm just doing the shit that I love. Pray to the man that's above, keeping it coming, I keep giving trust. Back to the people that with me in every city, they holding it down, that's all I need. I got a whole lot of people to feed, depending on me. How does it feel when you living it? I'm making the money and giving it. I can't do this all alone, the people who with me, the reason I grown. Back to the grind, I'm working, no days off, I'm good, I'm certain.
Well, I am not your Caleb Kosturki or a Dave McKinney on any kind of sled.
Oh, come on.
But this thing, coming up here, I had a feeling that it would force me to learn how to do re-entries and hop over and stuff like that, and I didn't think that it would be that quick. This thing is everything that everyone has said it's going to be and more. It's gonna force me to become a way better rider. I really like this thing so far, but I just need lower bars. So one thing you notice straight away when you go from the Axis chassis to the Matryx chassis is just how much of a dinosaur. I don't even know how to explain that right, but it's almost like when we went from the Pro chassis to the Axis chassis, how much of it just a tank the Pros felt. That's the exact same thing as this new Matryx chassis compared to the old Axis chassis. It's crazy.
Yeah, that thing feels old now, and I mean, they've been making that till current year. I've got so used to this today that thing feels like I'm riding a wedge chassis XLT through the mountains.
Yeah, it's that much of a difference. Like the bulkhead is the same. The front suspension is the same. The rear suspension is the same. Tunnel's different. Tank, like the tank and the seat. So you can see that they obviously narrowed the tank, narrowed the seat, took a little bit of girth out of the seat itself, and just raised up the height of the tank to retain the amount of fuel. But it's a completely different machine. It's so nice, but we need some lower bars.
10 out of 10 would recommend. Actually, I'm probably not going to bring it back. I might just hit the road and go missing. You guys might not see me, and the dealer's going to have a bounty out for me. But
all right. Final thoughts about the new 2022 Polaris snowmobiles. Today's obviously was a NA version of the 850 in the Pro RMK 155. It handled like a chaos, like a current 2021 chaos. That was crazy. Handlebars on it were obviously a little bit high. Like you could still feel the difference between that 2022 chassis, just those little bit of changes to the tunnel and everything else. Even though the suspension is basically the same, it's a completely different sled. Power delivery on it is basically the same as previous 850s, but the way you're able to get it to just pop out of the snow like we were today, it doesn't make sense. With every new generation of sled from Polaris has been just getting better and better and more crazy. Like what David and I were saying earlier today with going from the Pro chassis to the Axis chassis, how the Pro chassis felt like a tank after the Axis chassis came out. And that's the way that it is now, with the Axis chassis being the old chassis and this new Matryx chassis. It's a completely different sled, and like what a few people have been comparing it to, like riding a dirt bike essentially, because of how much thinner it feels, especially in like the tank and the seat area. You can also really feel the difference between the old Axis tunnel and this new Slash tunnel. It's a night and day difference between the two. The little carves that I was doing down on that lake bed, you could feel such a huge difference. The back end would not necessarily wash out, but it would come around way easier than on the Axis tunnel, because you don't have that huge amount of tunnel on the end, basically just dragging through the snow. So if you're watching this video and you're still undecided on whether you want to switch to the new 2022 sleds, if you have like the old Iron Dragon or even a Pro chassis or anything like that, honestly, you don't even need to demo it. It's a huge jump. You'll obviously notice a difference right away, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly. And if you were wanting to get a turbo, I think they're going to be all sold out by the time this video goes up, kind of like I said in my previous video. But as you can see from the footage today, you can still do some crazy stuff with just that standard Pro RMK and the N8 Now I know there's a lot more to talk about with the new sleds. I didn't get a ton of time on it today, and obviously I haven't ridden the turbo yet. But if you have any specific questions about the new sled, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. We're barely into March of this season, and I'm already looking forward to next season. Anyway, it's going to be a crazy year next year. I'm really hoping we get some good snow so that I can get some good content out of that new turbo sled. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Everything I used to dream being real right now. If it wasn't working, I'ma work it out.